Say what it is, what it ain't, what it might be, family. Quick word of motivation and inspiration for you. I was just sitting here on my way to work. It's running a little late, and not late for work, but I wanted to make sure I catch my train on time. Uh, and I left my home a little later than usual, but I'm on time. I made it. I had to put on those darts, cause I got darts. I'll be moving. I had to put up darts. 47 years old, man. Last year I ran a 7-minute mile. Hello. So, but anyway, I was just thinking about the older I get, the less of the world I want. Stay tuned. Back, family. I started this video this morning running to catch my train, and I was thinking about the efforts that I've made towards simplifying my life. And I was thinking about the clothes I have and just my possessions and my style of dress. I like sweaters, as you can tell, but I don't have a lot of things. And as I move forward in life, I'm still looking for ways to simplify and minimize the preparation necessary to engage the world. So having a couple of pair of pants, having some nice sweaters, a nice suit or two in your closet in case, there's a funeral or some type of gala or interview that you might have to take part in. But simplifying your life in those areas definitely reduces stress. And that's something that I've discovered about myself as I start to think about my health, as I start to think about my future. As they say, as you get a little long in the tooth. But as I start to think about these things, one of the things that I definitely consider is stress reduction. If you want to live a long time, eating healthy, exercise, all that's great. But if you have a lot of stress, well, actually, I'll make an observation. There's a great man I know by the name of Reverend Dr. Otha Johnson. Pastor Johnson is 100 years old. I believe he may turn 100, 101 this month, February, I think. But I believe his pursuit of righteousness, his relationship with God, and being able to reduce stress because he lived a quiet, peaceable life, has allowed him to enjoy life longer, his family, his children, and all of us and everyone he has nurtured through ministry. So again, family, the older I get, the less I want. It doesn't mean that I don't have ambitions. It doesn't mean that I don't have entrepreneurial ideas. It just means that I'm very mindful of the things I possess and the things that I have to be responsible for. It's the responsibilities of life that's 50% of your stress. It's the people, places, and things that you are accountable to that add to your stress. So the more that you take on, the more cars you have, the more clothes that you have, the more bills that you have, all those things require some form of maintenance and emotional and mental bandwidth that we don't consider. When we look at ourselves, there's no monitor or meter that says, hey, you have this much mental capacity for these areas. So we have to learn and condition and train and discipline ourselves to monitor those areas of our lives that causes us stress. This just dropped in my spirit. The majority of us don't even know how. The majority of us don't even know how to manage that stress. The majority of us don't take inventory of our emotional, intellectual, and our spiritual diets. So we have no idea about how stressed or how close we are to having a stroke or or a heart attack or something like that. Again, none of us have the slightest clue of the amount of stress and worry that has already had adverse impacts on our health. So aside of taking care of your physical health, just eating healthy and exercising, take care of your mental health as well. Family, to sum it all up, you know, I want less worry, less stress, less complications, less worldliness. And what I mean by worldliness, drama, anything that's enticing that will bound you to a premature commitment or unhealthy commitment to manage that drama, to compartmentalize the various components of those situations or those things that we have to be responsible for. So again, family, the older I get, the less of the world that I want. And so I just want to encourage you all to take on less stress, to take on less worry. Stay connected to your brother D Demond King on all the popular social networking sites at capital D, MOND, capital KING. Also, make sure you log on to ddemondking.com. That's something I'm working on. My old .com went to a Koji site. I'm in the process of choosing a new platform to have all my artwork and music and different things on. So stay tuned for that. As a few tips or a few pointers on how to reduce your stress, go for walks, sit in a quiet place, listen to music, make a conscious, intentional effort to let things go, to tell people no, to evaluate how much responsibilities and how much or how many things you have to be accountable for that are already on your plate and don't take on more. Manage your finances better, scale back if necessary, save if necessary. But I will say none of this is possible without discipline. So join a boxing gym, join an MMA club, join an activity, take part in an activity that will cultivate and nurture discipline where there's other people around that can hold you accountable. This is what I learned about discipline as a boxer, as someone who enjoys fighting and boxing. Discipline is transferable. Every test that you have in life won't always be a test of your faith. Sometimes it'll be a test of your will. So again, family, discipline is transferable. Take those few tips. I hope I said something that inspires you. And again, stay connected.